Hi, today we're going to be going over the SIG P320. The 320 is SIG's striker fired duty gun or concealed carry gun, etc. It is what I feel the most modular gun on the market today. One grip frame costs about $40 to $45. This is a medium grip. This is the factory one that it came with. The factory grips for that price also come with a magazine release already installed, so you don't have to move that around. Everything else is completely modular. If you've been around SIGs very much, you know that all you do to take one down, lock the slide to the rear, rotate one lever, and pull it out. No pulling the trigger, nothing else that's fancy. Well, what SIG did is they took this same takedown lever and made it to do the rest of the disassembly in the gun. Of course, you did have to do this on the other SIGs too, but when you do this on the other SIGs, not as much stuff came out with one pull. And here is your pistol. There is your serial number, your slide stop, slide release, your trigger, well, not a hammer, but your trigger release. Of course, being striker fired, you don't have a hammer, and here you have the old striker. Now this gun, if a few things look shiny, it does have a trigger job on it by Bruce Gray. I haven't switched over to the recoil spring, etc. yet. But now we have the full-size grip out of the gun. Now, from where I stand, I live in West Virginia. My first opinion and thought was, well, why should I buy a SIG 320 in full size and then buy a kit to switch it back to compact? There's only a difference of $100 to $125 depending upon law enforcement versus retail price of this. So this is really about $125. However, you can't buy that piece separately. You have to buy it in a gun. But if you live in a state such as North Carolina, where your handgun purchase permit is required without a concealed carry license, if you live in New Jersey, where a handgun purchase permit is required, Massachusetts, there's other states where you have to jump through 1,000 hoops just to buy a new gun. Well, this is the only piece that's a new gun. So if you want to have a 9mm, a 40, a 45, a compact, a small frame, which a lot of folks do, especially folks that have the modern striker fire gun, they want a big gun for their nightstand, a big gun to take to the range for their wife or daughter to shoot because it recoils less. Then they want to have a big, heavy recoiling 45 and sometimes a real tiny 45 to conceal carry with. Instead of having to go through the whole purchase permit process, and it of course costs money to get the purchase permit, and you have to wait quite some time in many other states, you can now simply go in and log into sigsauer.com, click on the SIG Sauer store, and purchase pretty much every other piece of the gun except this. Now, the other great feature is if you pay a top-level gunsmith, such as Bruce Gray, to do his trigger magic, a carry trigger, competition trigger, etc., you've got the trigger job not on one gun, but on every SIG 320 that you ever buy in the future, if you so choose. All you have to do is swap in that grip, that trigger control unit, the fire control, which is also the frame, and that trigger job went with you at 98% of the way it is forever. The next thing is, if you're a department and you want to issue guns to your deputies or other officers, you go out and you take this one frame, you buy them the full size, and you buy a compact, which there's a few different frame sizes of the SIG 320. So you want the full size for them to carry, or maybe the carry size, which is a duty size gun, which is actually has a 4.5-inch barrel instead of a 4.7. Maybe a compact, or you want the subcompact for them to carry. All you have to do is issue them one serial number and a whole bunch of other things. As we've seen, this is pretty easy to take apart, put back together. I'll put it back together for now. This is our full size, large grip. And with the grip modularity, the rear end has to go in first. There we go. The trigger has to go in first, then the rear goes down. Slips in. We turn this a little bit to get it everything into place. I'm a little butterfingered this morning, and I just got my gun back yesterday. Lock the slide back. And we've got the gun. So this is a 40 caliber. It holds 14 rounds of 40. The 9mm holds 17 rounds. So the absolute modularity of this, and I don't know how well you'll be able to see it on the video. This is a medium-sized grip frame, which fits most people's hands well. I have fairly large hands. This is the large size grip frame, which it fills out the swell on the palm of my hand a little bit better. The other great feature is this will take SIG sights off of 226, 229, etc. They are the same sights as used before, so there's no wait for proprietary sights to come out. You can swap uppers and internals very quickly. They also have the lowers in flat dark earth. They also have them in a olive drab green. And since this has no serial number on it, if you want a custom grip, which I have one ordered from Al McColl, all you have to do is take this and send it off to whoever you want to do it. You can have it Cerakoted, stippled, or anything else that you can imagine. And it ships regular priority mail, and if you lose it, it's $40, so you don't really need to insure it. If you have any questions, please post them below. I've posted some links to other things here in the notes, and please click subscribe for future videos on the 320 and other guns.